back with another chapter of Expect the Unexpected by Arthur Vulpix with help from Corona Packs. We are currently on chapter 82, and if you want to follow along, which I really do highly recommend you do, check out the description below as always. Let's get started. Chapter 82 Delivery. The bots didn't really know what to do with themselves that night. The toys were lost with Hedy back at the hospital, and Jeremy had the uncomfortable job of assuring them that Hedy was fine. He also had the uncomfortable job of being the ghost kid's babysitter since they now demanded cartoons from him instead. The one time they tried with Ruby, she threw salt at them. The originals were periodically checking on Spring and parts and services, and Goldie was still missing despite Ruby hinting her at the staff meeting. After such a hectic week, Ruby was just plain bored, and anxious over Spring, and guilty over Spring, and Hedy. She broke quietly herself. It didn't help that Amelia had decided she was coming with Jeremy to ensure this job was suitable for a teenager. That woman was irritating her, and he was around to calm her again. Why did she start relying on the mechanics to keep her in check? She'd already hit Toby once today and felt a bit bad. He hadn't really deserved it. She was just used to him stopping her if he didn't deserve it. A knock on the door had her perking up and checking the tablet. Nearby bots looked over in concern, but she waved them off. She recognized the regular night delivery guy. They dropped stuff off for them before. Pretty nice guy and completely immune to any strange noises he heard from the building now. Hey, Tom, what do you got for me today? She asked as she opened the door. Hey, Ruby. I think they're parts. It's for Hedy, so that's what I'm guessing anyway. She's not at work today, so I'll sign. The night guard chatted with him. As she checked the form, he was scared if she didn't take the box parts delivery seriously. After seeing that everything was in order, she signed and took the box. See you next time. Stop ordering the heavy stuff, he answered with a laugh. Ruby briefly wondered if she warned him about Spring's upcoming part, but decided not to. It was more fun that way. Of course He's delivery arrives when she's not here. Puts the box down next to Jeremy. I don't even know what this batch was for. Huh, I wouldn't know, Jeremy said as he used the key to cut the tape. He peeked inside the box, noting to protect his phone, but careful not to touch anything. Amelia? Jeremy gently nudged his wife, who had dozed off beside him. Would you call Hedy? My phone's almost dead. He should be asleep, Amelia said warningly. She rubbed her eyes, but still got her phone out. If she's asleep, I'm ready. She's nocturnal at this point, Jeremy snorted. It'd be bad if we didn't tell her when this got here, Jeremy added, her glare daring Amelia to argue that point. The tension between them was getting pretty bad. It wasn't even that bad between her and Jeremy. He was still angry with him, but not as much as in the beginning. Every time Amelia did something, though, Ruby seemed offended by it. They were starting to think that she liked puppets more than Jeremy's wife. What was the last thing she ordered? Teddy murmured to himself as his horizon ran before the week of hell. We're about to find out, Jeremy said as he called Hedy. It rang barely 3 times before Hedy's voice came through. Jeremy? What's wrong? Wow. The place isn't going to spontaneously combust without you, Jeremy groaned as Amelia chuckled slightly. Could fool me, Toby muttered, shooting Ruby a glare. Hi, Hedy, he called. Hi, everyone. How you doing, Toby? Are you behaving? I haven't done anything, Toby complained as a few of the others laughed. He snickered. I'm teasing. Hi, Mangle. He seemed to have a sixth sense for when Mangle was around the phone. Mangle battled as she leaned over Jeremy's shoulder. Hey, Edie, what was the last thing you ordered? Tom just dropped off a package. Your stupid brother opened it. Nope, nobody touched anything, Ruby called out. That seemed to be her normal name for Jeremy now. A couple of bots snickered. She didn't mention that she hit Toby for breathing too loudly, even though the bot could breathe. She was just high-strung, and had nobody around to hold her back. Perhaps she hoped that Hedy got discouraged before she actually damaged someone. Where's it from? Jerry poked the box to turn it around until he could see the label. Audio FX system refurbishment? It was quiet for a few seconds, which made Jeremy think he accidentally hung up. Hedy? Very carefully, he said with a very strange tone of voice. Look inside and tell me what it is. You sure? Just don't touch the actual thing, Hedy warned. Jeremy shivered at her deadly tone and carefully took off the top piece of foam. It looks like a tube thingy with a red and green computer chip and wires, like really tiny wires. Oh my god! He suddenly screamed, and Jerry jerked the phone away with a yelp. Oh my god! Son of a bitch actually found it! Her shout actually startled Ruby enough to jump out of her seat. It told her she was more high-strung than she thought. What the hell, he snapped. Ignoring the look she got from the bots and Amelia for her language. What is it? Teddy asked curiously. It's a frequency modulator chip. I'm going to Kated made her slicer her computer. He cried out excitedly, probably annoying others at the hospital. I didn't know I still. Dee Jeremy snapped, pinching the bridge of his nose. He had a headache. Nobody else has any idea what on earth that is. Why are you so excited about it? Bagel's voice! He was shrieking into the phone. Bagel, your voice! I can fix your voice box! Bagel stilled, eyes popping wide as she looked at the unassuming box in shock. She abruptly sat down on the floor. Ruby's reaction was just as funny since her expression went from frustrated annoyance to stunned shock. I am so glad I didn't just drop that box, she muttered to herself as all the bots suddenly started talking excitedly at once. She paused and groaned. Oh, of course it arrives when she's not here. She spilled and tackled Mangle on the floor, hugging the box around her neck. Your voice mangled! She sounded like she was going to cry. He seemed to share Ruby's sentiment. I need to get out of this freaking hospital. Why the heck did it come 2 weeks ago? Or next week? Or any time from there? She sounded so frustrated. Amelia took the phone from Jeremy. Talk to your doctor, Hedy. You might be well enough. Don't you dare try speaking out again. Ruby's expression twisted into a scowl at Amelia's words, but she didn't comment since they weren't aimed at her. The originals were also congratulating Bagel enthusiastically. The night guard looked down at her phone as it went off and frowned. She rarely got phone calls at night. Slipping out of the room for a moment while everyone was distracted, she answered. Hello? She stiffened suddenly, and her mouth pressed into a thin line. I'm not doing this again. Quit calling me, she muttered, gaze staring back into the room to check that no one was listening. She hung up quickly and put the phone on silent before taking a deep breath. She really did need this right now. She returned to the room before anyone noticed she was gone and shoved her phone in her bag so she wouldn't see it. Several days later at the hospital, Jeremy drove Dean's truck up to the pickup entrance. There were a couple people waiting for him inside the door, namely Hedy and her doctor. Hi. Hedy looked better. There was color in her face, and though she still was tired, she grinned at him, clearly more than willing to get out of there. Dr. Cecil? Jeremy greeted, shaking the woman's hand. Mr. Fitzgerald, she said, giving him a look. Get your sister out of here. He sheepishly shrugged. She was a much better patient than Ruby, but her assistant's use of her computer and phone, and her staying up late into the night talking to someone drove the night shift nurses crazy. A few were grateful for her company, if they were being honest, though. And again, she beat out the whole floor of nurses and free surgeons at poker. She even took the counting of her heart rate monitor out of boredom one night, and the doctors had to give her a lecture about damaging hospital property, even though she was careful. I am sorry about that, she said, clearly a bit embarrassed as she knew that what Cecil was upset about. Cecil signed. Right. She handed Hedy a paper. Here are, here's a prescription for your medicine. Only take the painkillers when you need to, and make sure you finish all the antibiotics. She turned to Jeremy. She has a checkup next week. Make sure she remembers. Jerry nodded. All right, can you please leave now? He said, anxiety bleeding into her voice. The doctor signed an expiration and nodded. You and Ruby will be indefinitely. Honestly. She muttered as she headed back inside. At least Ruby hasn't touched the machinery. He didn't have to do something to cook her. at least a little apologetic. She got in the truck and put the new wheelchair up in its place. Is your car at the pizzeria? With Amelia, Jeremy said as Stevie drove them away from the hospital. Ready to get back to Hugo? Absolutely. You're still going to be careful, right? Maybe I should stick around a couple more days? Jeremy offered, unsure. I'm fine. Michael can't do anything, and he's too scared of Ruby to try it back. I wasn't talking about him, but thanks for the reminder. I meant you. You push yourself too much. I said I'm fine. I just want to get home and get my other voice fixed. Then get started in spring, Stevie said. Her grin grew to a wide smile as she thought of Mandy. I wish I was there. How'd she react to the park? Jerry laughed, deciding not to comment on Stevie calling the picture at home. Once the shock wore off, she was so happy she started crying. This was like a little child having Christmas for the first time. She took the box and hid it in the park's services. She'd check on it every couple of hours, but she was afraid it would here. Freddie mentioned she did it when she was supposed to be working too. She was very protective of it. So weird to me. Hard to think she almost killed me so many times. She looked at him sympathetically. She's sorry about that. They all are. I know, Jerry said with a little shrug. They got to the pizzeria when it was already really late, so it was close. Everyone was definitely already there. They knew Jerry was picking her up, but not exactly when, because of all the back and forth between her, the doctors, and her insurance company. Kitty opened the doors and slipped through as Jeremy helped them open. She made sure she was well inside and at the top of her voice shouted, Honey, I'm home. Toby and she came shooting through the door, narrowly beaten by Mangle, who clung to Hedy in a hug. Thank goodness. Ruby was about to murder one of them, Teddy sighed, pointing to Toby and she, who were impatiently waiting their turn to hug her. We were too, Foxy yelled through the doorway. Every few minutes, the two of them would ask if Kitty was on her way yet. They even stretched Freddie and Chica's patience. Puppet was out of his box for once and watched the reunion from a distance. I miss you, Hedy, she said, as Hedy hugged her then gestured for Toby. What took you so long? Toby complained when it was his turn. Hedy flicked his ears. You know, for a bunch of robots who work with children, you're incredibly clingy and impatient. Teddy, come here. Teddy groaned, but otherwise didn't protest and Hedy forced a hug out of him, too. Phoebe, having heard the commotion, found his way to the front room, too. Hedy! Couldn't you get a hug, too, of course, Phoebe said. She smiled and slipped Phoebe some batteries she stole from a nurse's station. Nothing special or from any important machine. Phoebe spilled, Batteries! And darted away like a cat with prey it didn't want to share. Jerry frowned. He still found Phoebe the weirdest. Sometimes the thought was irredeemably annoying. Sometimes he was a child. Sometimes he was like a puppy. Other times he acted in a way that made them question just how self-aware he really was. It was weird. He stood to that puppet. With a knowing wicked smile, she opened her arms. Mari! Puppet rolled his eyes and stopped, and he turned on his heel and went back to the main room. Yep, she sighed as she entered the main room behind him, able to move by herself with most of the pain gone. Still a heavy social parent. Just checking. And that's the end of A2. He's back! Yay! And Mangle's gonna get a voice, so I hope you enjoyed. Short chapter, which is nice after, like, previous chapters have been a little too long. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on this video if you did. Go leave a review. I don't want any comments from you. I want you to leave a review, show the author some love. You don't need an account. It just means the author can't respond. So go show the love to the author. But before you do so, be sure to subscribe. Upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next chapter of Meaning and Fine.